Welcome to your miracle moment. I'm Marcy Scheimoff.
And I'm Dr. Sue Morter, and together we're the co-leaders of your Year of Miracles, where we teach thousands of women around the world how to live in the miracle zone, the place of synchronicities and flow, where you're creating the conditions in your life for miracles to occur.
And today's miracle moment is about living from the soul. In your Year of Miracles program, we talk about there being 5 foundations for living in the miracle zone, and this is one of those 5 foundations. And living from the soul means living aligned with your highest truth and honoring your inner guidance, being self-referral rather than outer referral. You know, when you live from the soul, you're looking inside yourself rather than outside, rather than running around to everybody else. You're looking inside yourself for the answers, you know, not trying to get all the answers from everybody else. I mean, it's okay to go to people for their input, but ultimately it's about living from the soul and following our own inner guidance.
So yes, absolutely. The bottom line is that the soul knows what's going on. The part of us that's made of the entire cosmos is packed into the core of our own body. And as we reference it as the soulful self and the essential self, we start to recognize this is a deep part of the true me. And it's this deep, true knowing. And it's the part of you that's always known, even when the mind is going on and dealing with its stories and questioning and writing all of its stories and causing all kinds of turmoil. What's happening underneath in the still waters beneath this mind is the soulful self. And it is offering up its knowingness always. All we have to do is train the mind to listen to this deep core truth. You know, I travel all around the world and I teach hundreds of thousands of people all the time. And in teaching these individuals, what I have never heard someone say is, I had this deep knowing and I went with it. And boy, do I regret it.
I have never heard that either, Sue.
Yeah, right. But what I have heard hundreds of times is, I had a deep knowing, this gut feeling, and I didn't act on it. And boy, do I regret it. So we need to do the math. We need to figure it out right down here in our core. And obviously the smart thing to do with your mind is to teach it to listen to this deep inner knowing. So much so, I feel that they complete each other's sentences, that they're just working in tandem, this deep core knowing and your mind, or this soulful self. They become so bonded that they're actually one thing. And that you are then operating from that one soulful place changes everything in your life. You know, but we have to start by just listening to this deep knowing that we've been trained to ignore and override.
Yeah.
And switch it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So in your own life, think of the things that have worked out the best for you. Was it because you followed something that was just a knowing that it was the thing to do? I certainly know it's been that way in my life. You know, it may not have even made sense. It was just a knowing that this was the path to take, even if it seems like, oh, that seems a little wild. That's the muscle that we want to build. We want to build the muscle of really living from the soul. And so here's what we invite you to do over the next week or two. We invite you to train that muscle. So Dr. Sue, you want to give one thing that we can do to build the circuits so that we can live more from the soul. We can listen to the soul. You know, you are the ultimate circuit builder on how to live in the miracle zone. So we turn to you to find out how to build a circuit for this.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, first of all, everyone, right now, let's just disempower yourself for a moment, just to show you a point of contrast, okay? I want you to throw all of your energy off of you and onto that person who pushes your buttons. Just pretend they're standing in the doorway right now over here, okay? Or right now, just for purposes of practice, throw your energy onto the computer screen, or as if you're disempowering yourself and just discrediting you. In some way, just pour your energy onto somebody or something else, okay? As if your opinion doesn't matter. And notice how it feels in your own body, right? It's like, it doesn't feel so good, right? Now, I want you to just claim it back. Just call it back onto you, onto the self. I call it onto subject versus onto object. Just pull it back onto you. Just claim it. Gather it back inside of yourself. Pull all of your energy back onto you. Just own it, because it is you. And we have a tendency to splat and disperse our energy and then live from that dispersed place. Now, notice how you feel in your body now. When you call all of that energy back home for yourself, it feels different, doesn't it? If you practice this, you will get a clear distinction on this. It feels robust. It feels abundant. It feels strong and clear the more that you do this. And here's what you have to remember. You know, when we're here on this core space and we make a decision, if we're unsure about it, the great news is that you get to make another decision. and you get to get down the road. And then if you didn't like that decision, you can make another decision. So these decisions are not so permanent that we should stop from making them. We should just allow ourselves to be in this flow. You make another one until you train the mind that following this flowing soulful self is the best thing that it can possibly do to steer you in the right direction. It's just a matter of allowing what you're feeling and sensing here to be true and trust it.
So, over the next week or so, practice this. Just practice what Dr. Sue shared with us and let us know what your experience is. How's it going for you? What kind of shifts are you experiencing? And we'd love to just hear from you. So please share with us your comments. And we want to end today with a quote from Rumi. We love Rumi. And Rumi said, "When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy." So that is what we want for all of us, to feel that river. So may you feel that river flowing, moving through you, and that joy of living from your soul. And we send you lots of love.
Yes, we are truly that. Excellent. Blessings to you all.